joined the RAF. I joined the Volunteer Reserve before the war because although I was only 18 years of age, it was fairly obvious that Hitler, having gone into Czechoslovakia, despite Chamberlain and this, that and the other, in my wisdom at 18, I thought there was going to be a war. Also, I think I had a yen or something to fly, and they came up with this scheme, the Volunteer Reserve, where you could fly at weekends and stuff like that. So I thought, well, there we are. Why not become a sort of a Biggles? Nothing like that. Join the RAF, do something you wanted to do, and if there was a war, at least be doing something that you enjoyed doing.
Well, I mean, you must have been of a different mindset in those days. If you started flying 3 months before the outbreak of war, and you were able then to take part in the Battle of Britain in 1940, well, I can tell you in today's Air Force, for a fighter pilot, it's going to be anywhere between 3 and 5 years before you're able to go and take part in any kind of combat operation.
That's right.
So the timescales of today are very much longer than they would have been in your day. To put a fighter aircraft into the air requires a great team of support on the ground, not just the pilots, it's all the engineers, the logisticians.
Well, again, nothing's changed. I mean, we had aircrew working all through the night during the battle. I mean, you'd come back with a damaged airplane and so on, and they will work through the night to get it ready for operations the next day. They don't always get the thanks that they deserve.
Day to day on the squadrons then, during that summer of 1940, were you really arriving at work in the morning and chatting with your fellow pilots or engineers about the possibility of not coming back from that day's sortie? Did you ever address it like that?
Not that we did, no. You had fatalists and you had optimists, and I think what I can remember of people, we were optimistic. It was always going to be the other chap. I don't remember sitting down in deep discussions as to what was going to happen to us. I think you keep yourself to yourself anyway, don't you? I mean, Richard Hillary's book, for instance, The Last Enemy, where he went through all this tremendous drama. I mean, I don't think he expressed that to anybody else, but it was in his mind, and I'm sure some of our chaps were the same.
On the Thames embankment stands a memorial to the gallant dead of the Royal Air Force of the last war. It symbolizes a splendid moment in the history of our race. We have not forgotten the men in whose honor it was raised. We have erected an effective practical memorial to those who gave their lives in that war, and to those who lay down their lives in this. It is the Royal Air Force Benevolent Fund.
Given the danger and risk and stress of the whole situation, were you aware of organisations like the RAF Benevolent Fund during your time as a young pilot?
Not directly, not Benevolent Fund. I don't think it entered our minds then, really.
This is the music they play every night.
Latterly, yes, certainly. Later on in years, of course, when I came out of the Air Force and joined and got involved with the RAF Association, then I began to realise that there was a welfare that was about. The RAF Association could do so much, but if you were in any big trouble, or money wanted, or help, or things like that, the welfare officer would go to the Benevolent Fund, and invariably, I would think, he got a satisfactory answer. He'd send up his case study and so on, and normally, providing it was a reasonable case, then the Ben Fund would come back in and did a lot of good. Unfortunately, wars don't end, do they?
No,
we always thought we did. We said in 1918 this is the war to end all wars. In 1939 we were back to a big one. Then we had the Cold War, nothing happened. And here we are back to square one. And who's to say what's going to happen in the future?